Alexa, can you turn on Frank?
Great. Great.
I looked at my Twitter. I was like, I'm gonna go to Twitter, let's see who's following me. And so I exported all of my followers and I basically sorted and wanted to find who are the richest people that follow me on Twitter. They've at least heard of me, and so it's not gonna be odd if I reach out to them. Eric Yuan had been following me on Twitter, and so I sent him a message and just said, hey, I'm thinking about starting something. I would love to get your advice. I didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for $1. I just asked if I could get his advice. He sent me a link on Zoom, and so we had our first meeting over Zoom. He showed up with a beautiful beach in the background, and in very Eric Yuan form, that he was incredibly warm and friendly and kind. And so at the end of the call, he said, I would love to invest. I don't really invest in funds and I haven't before, but I would love to invest in you. I had pitched Michael Ovitz, who had built CAA and has helped build amazing venture capital firms like Andreessen Horowitz and Thrive Capital. He's one of the most prolific advisors in the ecosystem. He quite frankly said to me, he's like, I'm not really interested in getting involved because, I'm probably gonna be dead before you see $1 from this firm. And I think that's such a wise thing to say because, venture, it does take, 5 to 10 years to see $1.
They're holding Michael.
Or you want me to reading it?
Yeah, pretend to read it. It just gives them B-roll in that. Pretend you're reading it.
Reading it like this?
Yeah.
I hate pitching. I hate being pitched. I hate pitching people. To get anything done in the business world, I think you need to have an authentic story. And so the best pitches that I've ever received and the best pitches I've ever given have been having a conversation with someone who at the end of the conversation believes in you and wants to be part of what you're doing. I think being persistent always pays off. You need to give people time to get to know you and give people time to feel comfortable with working with you. And a lot of these things can't be rushed. In Silicon Valley, we really encourage a culture of failure. To fail is actually a really good thing because it's shown that you've pulled the trigger and you've done something. I think there's a lot of people that dream of being an entrepreneur, that go to conferences, that have Entrepreneur Magazine. Like their entire personality is really hoping that they start something someday. And the thing that I've always really loved about Silicon Valley culture is, the sooner you fail, the sooner you can work on the next new thing. And when that thing fails, then you try the third thing. And a lot of times it takes starting many different companies and going through the ups and downs of building a company to really get to that position where you're ready to start something huge. So the last time I was in Austin, I caught up with someone who used to work in tech. She had a really awesome, high-powered corporate job. She ended up leaving that job entirely, moving to a new city, which was Austin, and she started a Cowboy Boot company. And I think that's such a telling sign for the future where there's many ways to make money and there's many different ways to spend your time. And so for her, within 6 months, she made more money selling Cowboy Boots than having this incredibly stressful tech job. All of the relationships that I have today with interesting people, I never ask anything of them. What is important is I share information and trends and things that I hear in conversations with them because I recognize we're all very different people and we sit in different rooms. They've already made it. They already have a great network. They're really established. Where you can add a lot of value is in being helpful to them. It's sharing trends. It's introducing someone who's new and up and coming in the ecosystem. It's finding ways to do something for them, knowing that at some point, maybe they can do something for you. I was just reading a lot. I was getting notes from VCs. I didn't even know that I wanted to be a VC, but I was just kind of immersed in their thinking, which I think is helpful because then, if you look at my track record, none of my angel investments have failed. None of my portfolio companies have failed. Maybe knock on wood, but it's my track record is very good because I learned a lot from other people. I know what I want before I walk into a scenario. This lamp is a great example. Finding antiques or buying vintage clothes or doing a lot of these things is very similar to startup investing because You have to really study and know what you want. That way, when you meet the right person or you find the right thing, you can move really quickly and move before someone else does. It's important to understand what you care about and the types of investments that will be something that gives you energy. I hear this time and time again from investors where the sooner you know what you care about and how you can be helpful, the better the day-to-day is going to be. And it's long hours, it's late nights, it's early mornings on the weekend. Like, you're really building the next 10 years with another person. And so the sooner you figure out the types of problems you like solving and the types of people you like working with, the better. Yeah, the name Worklife, it has many meanings. For an artist, for a creative, everything you do ends up becoming your life's work, and it's something that you're incredibly passionate about, and that is your craft. Like, you live and breathe your work. For some people, or for people that are more working in like corporate culture, it's like your work life is something that's very separate. You leave your house, you drive to the office, you work, and you try not to bring that work home. And so I liked the duality of that, where for some people, especially early stage startups, like, you're living and breathing work all of the time. You're working 7 days a week. Everything you do is in this buildup of like building this thing that you wanted to do for so long. And so I like the ability to kind of have that balance, and we can play around with the meaning depending on who we're talking to.